Hi, this is Jonathan with Fishing with Faith Outdoors, and today we're going to talk about the spinning reel. All right, well, I'm glad y'all come to the channel, and first things first, I want to show y'all this. All right, for all you folks that can't stand mosquitoes and gnats, especially fishing out here on this kind of stuff, and gnats all in your face and stuff down here, especially in South Georgia, middle South Georgia. This is great stuff. I want to thank my sweet grandmother, Mary Ann, for giving me some of this. And it's an essential oil blend. Maybe y'all can see that. But it's good stuff. And as a matter of fact, I just sprayed it in my hands and wiped it all over my neck and face, and they're not in my face. I mean, there ain't a gnat in my face like there was just a minute ago. So it works. Good stuff. All right, so y'all check it out. And it's got the main ingredient, which helps deter gnats and that kind of thing, is lemongrass oil. I don't know if y'all can see that right there. Anyway, it's got those ingredients in it, but check it out. Good stuff. All right, so let's talk about the spinning reel. The one that everybody has in their boat and in their closet, and what most people are familiar with when they want to be bass fishing. They go, the first thing they do is buy one of these, which is totally fine. There's nothing in the world wrong with that. All right, it is a very, very used rod and reel in the bass fishing world and the personal, non-professional bass fishing world. All right, so the first thing we'll talk about is the reel. So this is I think this is a 2000 series, maybe a 3000 series reel. So what that means is it's a medium size reel with a this may be a 2000 series because it's only a 5:1 gear ratio. It's a Lew's. You can get this at Walmart. It's a Lew's laser brand. Very, very smooth. You can get it at Walmart for like $30–40. It's very inexpensive. As a matter of fact, you'd be better off just getting a combo, the Lew's laser combo, and it only costs you probably maybe $50, okay? And it is very well worth the money. This rod I have here is a Tournament Choice Angler. It's made by, if I ain't mistaken, it's made by the Academy brand, but it's a good rod. So you gotta, it's very smooth, okay? Very, very, very smooth. All right. All right, you don't want any play in this. And the reason why you buy $30 to $50, $100 reels is because, for one, it has a really good drag system, and for two, it doesn't have any backlash in the reel. If you go get a cheaper reel from Walmart, say you get I'm not going to beat on Shakespeare too much because the reel they put on their Ugly Stick is a good reel, but some Shakespeare's and some other off brands, this thing will go click, 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 click. It's not tight. You want that to be tight. It lasts longer, and it's just, I'm telling you, it's just a better reel to go ahead and spend the money on something that's tight and smooth. Okay, if you'll go on Amazon and look up Pacifa-Fun, if I pronounce that right, they have very inexpensive reels and bait casters, or spinning reels and bait casters for $30 to $80, and pros use them. Okay, so anyway, try not to miss anything here. So what I have on here is 20-pound high-vis line, and on these spinning reels, you want no more than 20-pound. And I wouldn't go more than 30, but 20-pound is what I will stick with. 20-pound high-vis line. If you can't get high-vis line, just get you some regular braid. This is braid, 20-pound braid, high-vis braid. This is Berkeley. You can order it off Tackle Warehouse. And then I will go from a 6 to a 10-pound leader. And the reason why you want these smaller lines on here, and what I have here is an Albright knot, if I pronounce that right. I will post a video on how to tie this after this. That ties these two together, your fluorocarbon or monofilament to your braid. And this is a leader, and you want your leader to be about as long as your rod. And the reason why you have these light lines on these reels is a finesse style fishing. Okay, and this is what you use when the fishing's tough. Bluebird, bright skies like it is today, fairly calm. We may try some walking baits and whatever. Shake your head, but I have the Z-Man TRD finesse Last-Tex style bait, and you just drag this across the bottom and skip it. You know, just hop it across the bottom and drag it, and it stands. And this style bait floats, so it keeps it upright, and it'll just come across there, and you just slowly work it, and they'll see it. And then 9 out of 10 times they'll hit it if they want it, other than any other baits when it's tough fishing, especially in your high pressured lakes like these PFAs I met here in Eastman, Georgia. You know, they see all these lures and different things, and not a whole lot of people are throwing these. So this is what I'll use. And Z-Man products, very good products, very inexpensive. They last a long time because it stretches. You know, you don't rip and tear like your traditional plastics. So, all right. So we'll talk more about that later. So I'm just showing you what I use on this reel and why. You can use lighter poppers on here too, like your Pop-Rs, your lighter lures, top water lures and all. All right. So, all right. So let's talk about why these are used and the pros and cons. All right, pros. Very kid-friendly, very beginner bass fisher, angler, panfish friendly, okay? And everybody knows what these do, and everybody knows how to work them. You know, you flip the bell open, and you cast, and you release your finger off the line to get it to go where it will. Have a video on how to cast this later, but you know how to work these things. Everybody does. Like I said, I like the Lew's brand. It's very smooth. Abu Garcia makes a real good one. But the only drawback, so like I said, the pros, very friendly, you know, kid friendly, beginner angler friendly. That's really about it on the pros. It's just, it's easy to use. Okay. You got the reel here. This is, and what a lot of people mistaken about these reels. On a spinning reel, a right-handed person like me will put the handle on the left-hand side so I can grab and flip the bell open with my right hand and cast. You can do it on the left-hand side if you want to reel with your right hand. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just showing you the proper way of how it's used, okay? Now, a left-handed person will do the exact opposite. You can take this button off right here and flip the handle to the other side, cast with your left hand, reel with your right. And again, do the counter opposite if you want to do it with your left hand, cast with your right. So that's how that works. The cons are, it's like I said in the last video with the closed face reels, and everybody likes to call this an open face. Yes, but it's a spinning reel. That is what it's called, a spinning reel. All right. Is when you reel this line in, it twists that line, just like in the other video I showed you with the Zebco. It twists that line. Okay, so again, this bait going across the, you know, in the water, so like you're dragging a Texas rig on the bottom. You cast it out there, let it sink on slack line to the bottom. You let it sit there, then once you start, you retrieve, you either hop it back or you drag it back. But when you reeling up the slack, it twists this line. Okay. When it twists that line, when you pulling this bait to you, that line twist, it's going to cause this bait to kind of move in the water, especially if it's a Texas rig with no weight on it. this bait's going to spin. If you say you got a creature bait on here with these pinnages, it's going to spin, you know, in the water, and it's not going to look right to the bass, and the bass ain't going to bite it. Maybe not so much the stick bait. Okay, so 9 out of 10 times what these are used for, these spinning rods, is to get stuff like this down to the bottom and just work it back slowly, and it drags across the bottom, and yes, it catches fish. But like I said, you dragging a Texas rig, or you were working some kind of buzz bait, or you working a spinner bait, that's not what these are designed to do, because the line twists up and it makes it look unnatural, and it makes your baits run funny, crankbaits and stuff like that. But little finesse TRDs, small hook baits, small poppers, you know, jigs, small jigs, yes, you can use it on here. I just wouldn't put a bunch of Texas rigs on here. Maybe it's real small, but if you want to get away from all the line twist, is what I'm really getting at. These cause line twist. It's braid, no wind knots. All right, it casts further and it casts smoother. When I put braid on a spinning reel, like I was learning in the other videos I watch and watching other professionals, and I put braid on here, that made a totally different ball. It lasts longer. I could probably have this on here for 3 or 4 years before I change it, as long as I don't let it sit out in the sun and dry rot. Always keep your rods and reels covered out of the sun, because it destroys them and it eats your line up. So I can leave this on here prior to the now end of time. I never have to change this line, as long, like I said, as long as I take care of it. And it does have a line twist, none of that. It's smooth, no memory, no coils, nothing. That's why braid is awesome on a spinning reel. And you know, and like I said, when it's reeling, when you reel this line up, it's twisting that line, so it's not good for certain baits. That's why we have bait casters. Okay, that's why we have bait casters. This is finesse style reels, reels for the finesse style baits, slow moving baits, and wacky rigs and drop shots and stuff. That's what these are used for, and that's, I feel like, what they were designed to do to start with. I'm not sure all the history behind all that, but I just know that that's what these are, to me, best work for. Okay, can you use these on everything? Yes, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. You put you a small barrel swivel, I don't know, somewhere between 6 to 8 inches. Okay, that way it won't get trapped in your guides. All right, I tried it, it doesn't cast very well with a barrel swivel moving through the guide. So about 6 to 8 inches is about how much line you want hanging off the end of your rod before you cast it, so you let it load up. Don't swip it and snap it, because you'll break the line, or you won't be as accurate. Just let the weight load up on the end of your rod and just lob it out. Okay, so a barrel swivel, that will eliminate a lot of line twist if you want to use strictly one of these, and not neither a bait caster or a closed face reel like a Zebco 33. All right, I think I covered everything. Let's see, rod on this medium style reel, medium with a moderate or fast action tip. You can use a medium heavy. I haven't seen very many of them, but when you go to buy one of these, it's going to be a medium, because like I said, it's smaller hooks, treble hook, small baits, and you don't want a medium heavy rod and waylay on the fish setting the hook, because that heavier rod has got more backbone, and it'll rip the hooks out of its mouth and tear bigger holes. So this one, you just want to lean back into the fish, not real hard, not real soft, just kind of lean back into the fish with these style hooks. And they're small and they'll go into the mouth. There ain't no big deal unless you hook like a bowfin or something with like a jack or something with a hard mouth, and you'll know it, that's for sure. But anyway, that's what these are for. Okay, any questions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to do my best to help. And if you any videos you want to see on any technique, just let me know. If I don't know, I'll figure it out, and we'll see about getting that put out for you. Thank you for watching the channel, and God bless, and we'll see y'all at the next one.